Y'all, let's see if this works. Lonnie, baby. I know. I've been on TikTok lately. Like, I've been on TikTok very heavy lately.
Woo, child.
There we go.
That
And
was
it's
that was
not
a
echoing.
lot.
It's not echoing either.
It must be Instagram.
I think it is.
Let me put my filter on. Okay, there we go.
Okay. So, what were you asking?
Woo! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, what'd you say?
What were you asking me before we had got off?
I don't remember, child. The technology then threw me off. I don't know. What was I saying?
I
Yeah.
think I think you were about to ask me like pretty much like how I started my journey, right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you to just give like a little intro, give a little
Okay.
spill.
So for those who may not know me already, my name is Damani. I started doing lashes when I was 21 years old, now 25. And I got into lashes because of this girl that I was working with. And we were very young. I think we were like when she first started, I think we were 19, and I didn't start until I was 21. But like I just saw like her progress over the years, and I was like so inspired. And I was like, we both started working at Starbucks together, and you're like traveling the world and all this stuff. And I need parts of this industry because I'm a miserable college student, 3 years deep, and I thought I was gonna be a biology teacher, and I just fell out of love with it. And so I was like, I need something new. I want to try something different. And when I saw how much opportunity was here, I was like, I feel like I want to take it on. At first, I thought it
Mm.
was easy. I thought like you were just gonna slap on some lashes and then just be rich and travel and just have a full clientele. But I was sadly mistaken. And then I took my lash class. After my lash class, I was a little discouraged, but like I didn't want to give up or anything like that because when you do that first full set, you're like, it doesn't look like Instagram. It does not look like Instagram. It doesn't look like social media, not one bit. And that was like kind of my whole thing. But I kept pushing. I kept going. I was really dedicated to get better. I like took multiple lash trainings. And then I retired myself June 1st of this year. I did lashes for three and a
Nice.
half consistent years. Like no breaks, no none of that. Like live, eat, and breathe in lashes. Like hundreds of appointments a month, all types of stuff.
Yeah.
So once I achieved a lot of things from behind that chair because there's only but so much you can achieve. Once you master isolation, placement, styling, growing a clientele, structuring the business support, you've done it behind the chair. You've done a lot. So I just kind of reached that point and I was kind of tired of trading my time for money. So I went
Mm-hmm.
on ahead and I retired myself. And I started implementing other streams of income within my business so that I would be able to retire. And still make money. So I was watching, I want to say this girl from high school. I was watching her story one day on Instagram, right? And I'll never forget the day because I was at a point where I was like, I'm done behind this chair. I'm doing like 6 to 8 girls a day. And although like, is the money good? Yes. But mentally it was taking a toll on me. Like you're seeing 6 to 8 girls a day. 6 to 8 different stories are being told a day. You have to physically touch 6 to 8 people per
Yeah.
day. And you've been
It's a
doing
lot of
this
energy.
3.5 years. And I would just watch other lash artists start to pivot and scale their businesses. And I'm like, all right, my time gonna come. Like I want a little piece of that too, because being behind that chair, it wasn't satisfying me anymore. So I was watching this girl story that I went to high school with, and I believe she was like doing like a webinar or something like that. And I was like, is that like via Zoom? Like, you have a class going on Zoom or something? And she was like, yeah, like we have classes like on Zoom and everything. Like, and they buy their ticket and they come and we network and they learn all of that. So the light bulb went off because I'm like, I have a laptop, I have a webcam. Like, it's what people think scaling your business is. Sometimes it's not as expensive as you think.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your brain and this technology you have is enough for you to start the process. And I
Yeah.
realized that in that moment, I'm like, what Damani deems as so basic, like a business card, pitching my business to those that I want to know about it. Things that I just thought was just so like it was second nature to me. It was foreign to newcomers.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, so you know how Reels just really started taking over more so like the beginning of this year. But they were implemented like a year ago, but didn't become like the forefront of social media until like earlier this year.
Right.
So I want to say I started getting into Reels, and I posted like a mapping video of like my classic set. Went super duper viral. Like in the midst of me like having this epiphany of like I want to leave the chair and like what am I gonna do, right? So I went super duper viral from a classic set. It did like over 500,000 views on Reels, right? And at the time, I think I had almost like 5,000 followers, and it shot up like to almost 10K followers at like 3 weeks to a month. And I started getting bombarded with so many DMs. Hey, I'm a new lash artist. I came across your page on my explore page. Can you help me like any tips with building clientele? And I mean, it was an influx. Like, I mean, my
Yeah.
phone was dinging. Like, I was not used to this much attention. So I'm like, you know what? I think that this is my time. I started brainstorming. I was like, you know what, I could do a class, but I didn't know how to like market, like how to tell you how to build a clientele because again, it was so natural to me. So I'm like, how am I going to market this in a way for them to understand that they need this resource? I can offer a solution to their problem, which
Yeah.
most of their problems is how do I build a clientele? What booking sites do you use? What about consent forms? What about branding? What about marketing? Where do I start with my price points? How do I raise my prices?
Yeah.
You know, all of these things that you learn behind the chair. So I'm like, let me just bullet point everything I know I wish I knew as a beginner, and let me bullet point what they're asking me in my DMs as well, right? I went ahead, I did that. I thought of the title. I was just like, I'm gonna just title the class "How I Made $106,000 by my second year of lashes," because I was booking like other coaches too, and they were like, when you sell your story and when you actually have proof and results, that's
Yeah.
marketing. And I had never, I think I may have said it on my story, but I never posted like how much I made, right? So I was like, I don't really know. Let's see how this goes, right? I think I had posted the number and the class sold out in like a day and some change.
Mm-hmm.
Like it sold. And so I started doing the webinars. After the webinars, they were recorded. So I started selling the replay because that's what the coaches I was booking. It was like, make sure you record like your classes so that you can
Mm-hmm.
sell it because that's how you're now going to start getting this passive stream of income.
Right.
So I started to do that, and then I did another webinar called "The Lash Industry Uncensored," and I had a guest on there. Her name is Valley Lashes, Allie. We co-hosted that one. It went really well as well, and then I started selling that, the both of them together, and then I made an ebook titled "How to Make Money While Behind and Beyond the Chair." Because after I retired from lashes and like I was going viral and selling all my classes and stuff, a lot of people are now asking me about that side of the business. So I was like, all
Right.
right, I'll give y'all like a resource on like just pretty much like general information on how to go about scaling because scaling a business and pivoting is not one size fits all. Because my story, my pain that I turned into profit, the way I market, that's Damani's story. So I
Yeah.
can only give you a general understanding on what scaling and pivoting can look like, but it's more that goes into it. So I was like, let me just make a general piece of information so that they understand just the basics of it. I did that. It sold really well. And then I was like, let me go ahead and make it a bundle. I'm going to just put all three together. And now I'm at that point where I'm selling my six-figure bundle, which is currently on sale for $11.99, by the way, where we dissect everything that I just spoke about: clientele building, marketing. A lot of people still don't know how to use hashtags to get people in
Mm-hmm.
their area to notice them, to get eyes on their business. A lot of people still don't know about booking sites. They still don't know about media waivers. They're taking pictures of clients, and then clients are too fearful to say it in the moment. Hey, love, I don't want to be photographed. And now they're texting you after the service. So to
Yeah.
avoid all of this, hang on. Okay. So to avoid all of this now, I made a resource for everybody so that they know what a media waiver looks like, what a liability form looks like. Just pretty much how to go about it. And how to properly run a business. Because after a while, you shouldn't be hustling anymore. You should be structuring your business appropriately to conduct as such.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
that's a little bit about me. And I chose to retire because I know that question was going to come too. I chose to retire because Putting so
You're
much
so
time
sweet.
behind that chair, I realized that I didn't have a life after a while. Like I was dedicating my life to
Yes.
making everybody feel beautiful. Everybody was going to their weddings, everybody was going to their events, and Damani was just doing the service.
Yep.
That's all I was doing. And I was like, I know that I want more for my life. And I don't necessarily see me only being behind this chair because I have a voice and I feel like I have a purpose. And it was on a larger scale of being behind that chair. Like my purpose was served behind that chair. I met great people, phenomenal individuals, networked like crazy, but it was time for my talents to be showcased on a larger scale. And that's where social media came into play, getting into doing reels and TikTok and getting on Instagram Live.
Yes, I love that. You have an amazing story,
Thank you.
Damani. I love it.
Thank you.
I'm all for the hustle and the grind, and the fact that you felt that burnout and you decided to exit. I love that for you because you have to know your limits. And if you are just going so hard, you are going to burn out. And it's so hard to pull yourself out of that burnout. Or they just get stuck in a cycle where they just continue to burn out over and over again because they didn't put boundaries in place to protect themselves from the business so that they would not have that. So, oh my God, that is an amazing story. I love that for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so okay, so let's see. Let's give the audience some tips, maybe like on maybe
So,
your three top tips on like how they can just really gain. I mean, I heard you say hashtags, which I think are amazing if you know how to use them, and maybe just some more tips on how they can gain and build a clientele.
um, you said three, like three main tips, like the three
Yeah.
major ones. Three major ones. Top number one is word of mouth. And I think a lot of
Mm,
girlies, a lot of boys run from that because they want to hide behind keyboards. They want to hide behind hand movements and pretty work. But number one is that footwork. You have to go talk to people.
yep.
Have to talk to people. You have to make sure you're pouring into your clients who are supporting you in the beginning, especially. I did referral programs, which worked really, really well because one thing about it, people love to save money. So I would
Mm-hmm.
do referral programs, and I would do things like if you come maybe two or three times, you get like your next fill half off or something. Or if you refer one person, your next fill is $5 to $10 off. And the more people you refer, like pretty much you could refer as many people to get like a free fill, pretty much.
Yeah.
I would implement like strategies like that. Business cards. I feel like a lot of people still sleep on business cards and QR codes. You can airdrop your information. You know, just have a flyer saved in your favorites, and anywhere you're going, especially you're in a place that your target audience is at. You can be
Yeah.
airdropping, your flyer, the services that you have. Um, and when y'all do these things, right, you want to make sure you have your social media handle, your first and last name, what it is that you do, how to contact you, all that good stuff. So that people, when you're sending it out to people, people have an understanding on who you are and what it is that you do. Word of mouth, business cards, and I want to say the last one could be social media because social media can play a huge role in how rapid you grow. Because word of mouth will do its thing. It's nothing like somebody seeing your work in person for themselves from somebody that they know, like, and trust, and they're like, okay, I want to book them too. There's nothing like
Yeah.
that. However, social media can put more eyes on your business. So I feel like those are like the top three. And when it comes to social media, you have to know how to utilize it. Like you really have to know how to work social media. And what I mean by that is you have to know how to piece together quality content. And as a beginner, I feel like most beginners will struggle with that because you're a beginner. Like your work is going to be a hot mess because you just started. Lashes are going to be crooked. It's going to be a little gappy. So you got to, you have to keep practicing so you get to the point where, okay, my work is looking like something I can piece together quality content. Make sure you're utilizing hashtags appropriately. You don't want to be hashtagging places all around the world if you know If I'm in Norwalk, Connecticut, I don't want to be hashtagging Los Angeles, California. I want to be hashtagging neighboring areas, historical landmarks, maybe popular clubs, restaurants, maybe event spaces that people are always active at, or things like
Yeah.
you want to implement for social media when it comes to growing and building your business. And also too, paid ads. There's nothing wrong with paid ads as a service provider, I feel like. And I feel like it works. I feel like it would be more efficient when paying for ads as a service provider if the ad is constructed appropriately. A lot of people have trouble with paying for ads, and they're like, I put like $50 on an ad, and I got like a couple followers, but nobody booked me. Nobody booked you because your ad didn't tell me anything. It was just a picture of lashes or a video, and I don't know where you're located. I don't know what's going on, and it's just popping up randomly as a sponsored ad. So you have to know how to structure the
Yeah.
ads appropriately to where it's eye catching. Where when it is on, a random person page who does not follow you, when they see this ad, they're like, okay, located in Norwalk, Connecticut. This is a classic set. This is eyelash extensions are a 1-to-1 ratio. It takes 3 hours to complete XYZ. All of that being, said in the caption. So where when they're seeing this ad, it's not just a random lash picture that you probably see every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, that's so good. That's so good. Thank you so much for that.
You're
So
welcome.
another question just came to my mind. So as a male lash artist, did you do a lot of male clients? Because I
I
always
never
wonder,
had a male client. I've only trained males.
do you think, I think that honestly, how do you feel? Like, I think that guys would like doing lashes and they would be more low maintenance clientele if you're in one of those cities, like New
Like
York, California.
Atlanta, Houston. I feel
Yeah,
like
but
I feel like there will be more men out there who get their lashes done rather than maybe where I live at, because I live in the tri-state area. So I feel like that's not really a thing out here. Like I know I have a lot of Atlanta lash artists where they have men as clients.
yeah.
My Houston lash techs, they have men as clients, but I never did. Yeah.
And
But
I
I've
think,
trained a
man,
couple guys.
if done properly, like I can really see a high end, like male lash driven studio that specializes in something supernatural for like that. I don't know, like that's not the really flamboyant guy, but just that guy that just wants a little bit of lift.
A
Maybe
little
he
bit
get
of
a little
flair.
bit of
A little bit.
Botox, huh?
I feel like I could see that. I could see that.
And it's
I feel
quick.
like I
Like,
could see that.
you could charge them like 150 for an hour and 15 minutes, and they would be like, because they just want a little bit, and then they probably don't come back for fills. They probably just, that's like a different type of business. If you cater to the man, I don't think it's a business that you would get a lot of men coming back for fills, because that type of man, he probably just like once in a while he's on the go. He
One and done.
travels a lot. Like he's always on the go. It's more like for special occasions and that type of stuff. Like, it's a different type of niche of man. It's not the flamboyant one. It's someone that's more reserved,
Mm-hmm.
professional, but they just want a little bit of cute, like just a
Uh,
little
uh,
bit.
and as you're saying that, I see that all over Atlanta. I see it all over Los Angeles, all over Houston. Like those bigger cities. I see that out there. I do. I see a
Mm-hmm.
mix of that out there.
Yeah, no, if I was a lash artist, I would totally do that. Like, I would research where there's a lot of male professionals, and I would like cater my business and like make it very masculine but show like true beauty. So like in the advertisement, like clean guys like in suits, professional, with just like a little bit, like flexing a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. Man, I would, and the name would be just like something really masculine. Like, it wouldn't even, I don't even think that
But
it
would you
needs to
would
have
you
lashes
service
in
girls
it.
or only girls or only boys?
Like, I would really want to be for like maybe studs and
Right, like just really.
femmes
I,
and
I feel like
guys.
everything is just like it would be all natural,
Yeah, yeah,
really
like,
relaxed.
but in the advertisement, like you would have those type of people that you want to come, like you would have that. And then I would kind of show like a guy, like both of the guys have lashes. And maybe they're
Right.
like, their faces are like, they're looking at each other. Like I would, and
Roxy with the ideas.
it would be something that's not with lashes in it. Like maybe numbers or something, like Roman numeral numbers. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would
Because
be
it got to be like a secret. It got to, when they, you don't want people to be scared they get their lashes done at this place. So it can't be like Emily's lashes, you know, or like something flirty. It needs to be like something that's a little secret. Man, that's a good one though. Okay, but back to the topic, y'all, because I gotta go get my little one here in a minute. Okay, what else do y'all want? The last thing for him, Damani, to touch on. Let's see, maybe. Okay, what do you think? Instagram or TikTok? Because I see you on both. I really see you on both.
Instagram or TikTok. Okay. I love that you asked me that. I actually really love that you asked me that. Because my business partner and I, Tali, she might still be on the live. Our clients, where we help scale their businesses and, you know, we help them understand that process, right? So many of them want to be like Instagram girls and Instagram boys, right? They want to be the Instagrammer. But one thing that both of us have learned over the years of being on social media, and now because TikTok is still new, it's only been around for like, what, a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah.
So, but with it being introduced to us now, and it's not going anywhere at all at this point, and it's been, you know, almost 2 years with millions of people on there who have made, you know, people have made millions of dollars. People are walking away with a couple $1,000s a night off of TikTok Live, right? Whereas Instagram, if you're not necessarily the aesthetically pleased, if you don't look the part, if you don't sound the part, then I feel like Instagram doesn't really take a liking to you. Whereas TikTok, I get up on Instagram too, my do-rag, because I just have the audience, I have the platform now. But on TikTok, you get up there with a bonnet. You could be doing your hair, looking a hot whole mess. They don't give a rat's ass. They want you. They want the information you have to provide. It's more informal, and you can make it more formal if you'd like to, if that's more of your style, of course. But what I'm saying is most of us, it's not our style to be 100% formal because that's not realistic. And I feel like TikTok allows that informal side of business owners because, like, for example, my TikTok, it's a bunch of lashes and like my life story, and I'm like laughing with them and all of that. But I can literally get on TikTok and sit in the car and be like, y'all ever just think about like why babies don't know like they exist? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like some just out of the way shit. Like, you know, I can do that on TikTok. And although it's a bunch of business owners who follow me on there, because it allows that you to be informal like that, you can just be yourself. So I feel like when it comes to TikTok, it all depends on, for one, I'm gonna let you say it right now. If you've been on Instagram for years and your following still not growing, TikTok is probably your platform. It probably is. If you have been on Instagram for more than 2-3 years and you have still not at least reached 3,000, 4,000 followers, your platform is probably on TikTok. Yep. I promise you. And the reason being is because everybody's personality is not for Instagram. Yeah. And that's a real thing. That is a real thing that I've learned, especially over almost the last year, because I'm very active on both. If I really wanted to, I could almost completely abandon Instagram and go on TikTok. Yeah. I have half the amount of followers on TikTok that I have on Instagram. So Woo! It's like, it depends on what type of personality you have. And it just depends on what platform takes a liking to you better. Because, like, for example, I know some lash artists where they've been doing lashes as long as me. They have a product line. They have all of that. They'll have 20, 30K on TikTok and still trying to hold on to that 5K on Instagram every day. Mm-hmm. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, my God.
You have to go. You have to go where you are wanted. where
Yeah.
the demand is. You literally do. So if you have 20, 30,000 followers on TikTok, why the hell are you on Instagram? Not saying
Yeah.
you can't keep your algorithm up by just repurposing, over, but your audience is on TikTok. Like they
Mm-hmm.
literally will be all in your comments. Hey, boo, I have a question on this. Nobody's doing that on your Instagram, like at
Yeah.
all, at
Yeah.
all. But if your TikTok audience is offering that to you, you might want to go on there. And that even goes for the girls who are and the boys who are still behind the chair. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
clients might not be on Instagram. They might be on TikTok. And y'all are getting younger and younger as y'all are entering the industry. Roxy, I'll be on TikTok live for like 2, 3 hours some days. I swear to God, it'll be at least 5 to 10 newcomers, and they all be under 25. And
Mm.
I mean, it's so ironic how TikTok works. I mean, down to girls will be like, "I just graduated SD school. No way you're on my For You page. I just got my bachelor's. No way I."
Yeah.
And I'm like, all of these younger people are migrating to TikTok because that's where they're comfortable. That app was more so designed for children and teenagers. So
Mm.
because you have a lot of them on there, when y'all are younger and y'all are service providers coming to the industry, y'all audience really might be on TikTok. You really might be getting. I have people on TikTok where we follow each other, and they only get booked through TikTok. They don't even. I don't even think they use Instagram. They only use TikTok. So it just all depends on where your audience takes a liking. If you go viral on Instagram and your audience likes you here and you build here, then they like you. But if you are consistent on TikTok and they like you on there, that's where your audience is. And you'll know very quickly where your audience is. It won't be I don't know. No, you'll know. Like you
Yeah.
literally will know. Because if you have been
Woo.
posting on Instagram and you got no more than 2,000 views on a reel, but then you take your ass to TikTok and you randomly do 20K, yeah, that's where your audience is at, boo. That's where
Yeah.
they at. That's where your people are. And you have to go there.
See, I need to get with you because our TikTok is a little it ain't nothing really popped off on our TikTok.
TikTok it's like you have to show up as you.
Okay, maybe we been too polished.
Yeah. TikTok doesn't take a liking to that. Like,
Yeah, I knew I could get a little bit more rough with them on TikTok. I'm gonna really start. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the one we just reposted. One of our alumni, she just did that speak up TikTok. I'm gonna do that one. Okay.
all right,
Well, thank you so much for your time. I gotta run. I gotta go get my little one, but we should
you
definitely do
are
this
very
again.
welcome.
Like, you're more than welcome to come on whenever you got something to talk about. You got a product, you want to talk about something. Like, we can do this again. I created a Instagram live schedule, so you guys will be
Okay.
able to go on and schedule whenever y'all want to come on and talk. But thank you so much, Damani. I really
Thank
appreciate it.
you,
You
Roxy.
are a
Thank
breath of
you.
fresh air. Like, ever since
Thank
I found your page, I have been in love with your content, and I've been watching you on TikTok. You just keep your foot on their necks, man. You are
thank
awesome. I
you.
love
Thank
it.
you.
No problem. I'll talk to you later, okay? We're going to do this again.
All right, Roxy, have a good one.
You too. Bye.